Color grading. It's commonly used in feature films, music videos, and commercials to enhance the look or achieve a certain film style. But how can we use it for our animations? Well, today in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I color grade my animations in DIvinci Resolve. And for this tutorial, I'm going to be using the Bang & Olufsen animation I made a couple of months ago. It'll be somewhere here in the iCard. So, without further ado, let's begin the video. Okay, so I'm in DaVinci Resolve now and I got the whole project loaded up. So what I did was I imported it, threw it over here, cut it all of the pieces, synced it with the music, added the text, and now I'll go back into the color panel. So let me just reset everything. So usually how I like to do my color grading is I actually divide them into three sections. So the first one is going to be color correction. The second one is going to be color balance, and the third section is actually going to be the color grade. So with that out of the way, what I like to do is I go through the whole animation and find the hero frame. Now what's the hero frame? It's the one that's best suited for the sort of look that I'm going for, and I start color grading that first, and then I copy paste the whole settings over there and readjust them according to if needed. So I don't want this tutorial to go more than like 15 minutes, so I'm gonna be doing the opening shot for the animation. So let's begin. So what I usually like to do is I come over here to the clip, I look at the whole animation, and first things first, the contrast is totally off. So what I like to do is I like to start with the shadows. I'll grab this point, drag it down a bit. Lovely, the shadow looks really good now. I'll boost the midtones. Now we're going to be adding the secret sauce. Alt S to make a new node, then I'll come over here to midtone details and I'll add it 100%. Now why is that important? Let me show you. This is without midtone details and this is with. You see how big of a difference it makes? And with that out of the way, we're done with the color balance. Now we're gonna go for color correction. Now for color correction, what I like to do is look at the whole scene and the parades over here. Now for the look that I'm willing to go for, it seems a bit undersaturated for me. So I'll add a little bit of color boost, make it a little bit warm, and no, I think I oversaturated it. I'll reduce it to 13, and this is where we started and this is where we are. By the way, mind you, I am working in a linear color space right now. So yeah, with that out of the way, we're done with the color correction as well. Now comes for the main look, and for that what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding another node, and like in my previous tutorial, I love using LUTs, so I'm going to be using the Witcher LUT over here. I'll go into cinematic pack, standard, and the Witcher. Okay, so after applying the LUT, as we can see, it's a bit too dark and we have a lot of red going around. So let's just fix that. So I'll just bump it up on the same node and add a little bit of green and make it a bit warm. So this is without the LUT and this is with the LUT. Nice. Now I'll add another node and we're going to be adding the post-processing. So first of all, I'll add the glow, and how I like to start is I go to the shrink region and select the areas that I want to glow. So I want these regions to glow alone. I'll brighten it up and you'll know in a second why I did that. And when we come over here, it seems a bit too much, so we'll reduce the overall opacity. This is before and this is after. Now we're gonna be adding the finishing touches. And what are those? I'll make another note. Come over here to my effects and type in film grain. And personally, I like to use 35 mm. Add a little bit of opacity and let me see. This is before, this is after. I don't know how much you guys are able to see it on YouTube, but it looks good to my eye. And now I'll finish off everything by adding a vignette. So I know this is a moving shot, so I'll place a power window over here onto my subject over here, and I'll invert it, go to the tracker menu, track it backwards and track it forward. Right after that, I'll go into curves and I'll slowly start to decrease it. Yeah, that looks good. Now I'll have to soften it up. And with that, we're done. So let's have a preview together. So this is how this is how I color grade all of my animations, and I hope you got a vague idea of how I do it. So if this video provided you value, please consider hitting the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.